Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. If you happen to be new, my name's Denasiha, this is Adira, and welcome to our channel. So we're going to be talking about finger detangling today. Before I get into that, yes, I'm sitting on the floor. I wanted to film this intro before I got in the shower. I just got home from the gym, so I'm not going to sit on the bed. Listen, the lighting is still good. You can still see me. You can still get information. Nobody cares but me. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about finger detangling, and I'm actually very shocked with myself that I've never covered this in a separate video on my channel before, because this is a huge thing for me. Like, I would not be where I am today if I did not discover how good finger detangling is for me personally. Now, that is a personal choice. I'm not saying that everybody needs to finger detangle, so I'm going to give you pros and cons from my perspective of why you should or maybe should not be finger detangling instead of using like a Denman or a wide tooth comb or a brush or what have you. So basically how this video is going to go, I'm going to give you 3 pros, 3 cons of finger detangling, and then I'm going to actually show you my finger detangling process in the shower and when I am prepping my hair. I'm not going to be styling my hair on camera. We are just specifically talking about the detangling process. Also, I do detangle kind of throughout the entire wash day process, a little bit when I shampoo, a lot when I deep condition, and a little bit after, so my hair never really gets tangled. I don't experience a lot of tangles again unless I just really neglected my hair and it's been in a bun for a week. So just wanted to put those out there, but I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get into the pros and the cons. Okay, so let's start with the pros because focus. So let's start with the pros because we are positive people. Pro number 1, in my opinion, detangling with your fingers is a it's a more gentle process, and it prevents damage for me. The reason being, when you are detangling your hair with your fingers, you can actually feel when you get to a tangle or a knot or a single strand knot and you can be more gentle. So like if I'm running my fingers through my hair and I feel it, I can stop, which you'll see when I show you the process, and kind of work that knot out, versus when I'm using a Denman brush or a wide tooth comb. I might feel it with that brush, but I'm more likely to just brush through it, aka rip my hair, to get those tangles out. I'm not saying that's for everyone. Maybe some people are more familiar with their Denman brushes where they can stop and kind of work through it. I'm not like that, and because my hair is fine, I end up ripping my hair when I'm trying to detangle with a tool, especially in the shower when I can't see what I'm doing. So for me, it's more gentle and it causes me less damage when I use my fingers. Pro number 2, which I don't know if people would even like consider this, but you know, I harp a lot on getting familiar with your hair, getting to know what your hair likes, what it needs, how it feels when you do certain things. Once I started finger detangling, I learned my hair so much faster because I could feel the difference. I could feel how products felt in my hair. I could feel when my hair was more dry or when my ends needed to be trimmed, because I'm constantly in my hair every week, so I can feel if something is different. And you know, so that is one thing that I'd never really expected being a side effect of detangling with my fingers, but I literally learned so much about my hair just by having my hands in it while I'm styling and washing and deep conditioning and things like that. That was a short one. So pro number 3, I'm gonna say this is more specific to people who like to wear their hair in their natural texture, aka me, the wash and go queen. Anyway, by using my fingers to detangle my hair naturally just clumps the way that she wants to clump. So if I'm using a Denman or a comb, it's gonna kind of go into those channels of the brush and the comb and start clumping that way. I actually think the Denman brush, and I could be lying, but I believe the Denman brush was created to help form curls. I don't know if it was a detangler specifically, but I feel like when they first came out, a lot of their marketing was around forming curls, and it's because of the way that it makes your curls form. But from my experience, that was not the same type of curl as if I just let my hair curl up the way that it wanted to. So because I'm kind of raking through with my fingers, my hair forms the curls that it naturally wants to form instead of kind of being told which way to go. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense to me because it was my experience. But by finger detangling, I really feel like I get a more authentic curl. That is so extra, but truly, honestly, that's what I think. And my wash and goes really come out the best when I allow myself to do that, and then I shake my hair and let them clump and form the way they want to. I said the same thing like 4 times, so I'm going to move on to the cons. Alrighty, so when it comes to the cons, I do want to make it clear that for me, these are not cons. These are things that I deal with, and it's perfectly fine for me. But I do know that I am on a different location on the sliding scale when it comes to how much I love my hair and how much I like to do my hair. And I do recognize that a lot of people do not like to do their hair often, or they don't enjoy the process. Although my dream for you is that you fall in love and you enjoy the process. But I understand not everybody enjoys it. So when it comes to finger detangling, there are 3 cons that I think kind of lean more to those people that don't really like the amount of time that it may take. So that leads me into con number 1. It is a slower process. When I'm using my fingers, especially if I'm experiencing tangling or have neglected my hair, I sometimes can't even do it in the shower. I typically will detangle my hair with my deep conditioner on it instead of doing it fully in the shower, because sometimes you just want to sit down. Just sit down, work through it, look in the mirror, see what I'm doing, because just as you can cause damage by ripping through your hair with a tool, you can do that with your fingers as well if you're not taking your time. So it does tend to be a little bit of a slower process, and I think that's something that I should definitely mention. Con number 2 kind of rolls into number 1, but I felt like it needed to be separate because of the nature of people when it comes to natural hair, especially if you're just getting started or you don't really enjoy styling your hair. It takes patience. It takes patience. You can't just rush through it and expect a good result and expect your hair to stay healthy. Focus. You do sometimes need to take that extra time, work through it, make sure you're feeling each strand, make sure you're coating your hair with your product and really working it in. And for somebody that does not like to sit down and do it, or maybe you're in a rush that day, you don't have that patience. So that might be a con and a reason why you'd want to maybe use a tool versus your fingers. Anyway, and then con number 3, which is one that if I had any complaint about finger detangling, it would be this: that it's not necessarily as thorough as a detangling job as a comb, as a wide tooth comb or a Denman brush or something like that may be, because you really only have these 4 gaps for your hair to go through. Yes, you can use your fingers and maybe like pick some apart, and that's like the biggest pro, but I only have these fingers. A comb or a Denman brush is going to have all those different teeth that can really work through your hair, which is why when I'm twisting my hair up or braiding it up or getting it ready to be blown out or straightened, I do have to use those things because I need it to be more thoroughly detangled than if I was doing a wash and go and using my fingers. So there. I think that was pretty short and sweet. So alrighty, so since I gave you the pros and cons, I want to actually take you into the bathroom and show you my process. As I mentioned earlier, I detangle at every step of my wash and style, and I really want you to see how I do it. So a lot of it I'm hoping to keep in real time, but I'm gonna stop running my mouth and we're gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna get clean and I'm gonna do my hair and y'all gonna see it. Love.